Hi, Rodriguez. We have breaking news on CNN. Philippines police have identified the gunman in the attack at Resorts World Manila. They will be holding a press conference at the Remington Hotel in Pasay City. We have live pictures. We see NCRPO Chief Oscar Albayalde there. Let's listen in.
Since the time that she saw the footages, the news. So let me just read our press release for today. Please allow me. Good morning, everyone. First, let us observe a moment of silence to pray for those who passed away in the Resorts World incident. Today, after relentless effort of our operatives to identify the lone gunman of the tragic incident at the Resorts World Manila, after backtracking, we have finally established the identity of the perpetrator. At 5:30 a.m. this morning, members of his family arrived and sat down with our SITG investigators after thorough review of details, photos, CCTVs. The family confirmed the identity of the perpetrator to be Mr. Jesse Carlos, Filipino, 43 years old, separated, and a former employee of the Department of Finance. Suspect's last known address is at 1663 Felix Fuentes Street, corner San Lazaro, Barangay 339, Zone 34, Santa Cruz, Manila. He was a former employee of the Department of Finance stationed at the one-stop shop. He was discharged for SALN issues, misdeclaration, and non-disclosure. He is heavily indebted due to being hooked in casino gambling, according to his immediate family. This became the cause of misunderstanding with his wife and parents. He is married to Jen Carlos, has 3 children, 1 son and 2 daughters. He has a bank account with an outstanding debt of 4 million and several other non-bank related debts. He sold his Ford Ranger due to financial constraints. In the interest of justice, members of his family are with us here today. They express their deepest sympathy to the families and friends of the victims and to the public in general. They share the pain brought about by the act of Jesse. Today, we hope to have brought closure and peace to the bereaved families. We mourn with you. On this note, we also reiterate our prior statements that this is not an act of terrorism, but this incident is confined to the act of one man alone, as we have always said. We have and will continue to base our pronouncements on facts and pieces of evidence properly gathered. We will not allow people or any individual or any threat group, whether foreign or local, to use this situation to advance their propaganda or personal interests. This is our duty to the Filipino people and to the international community. Finally, we ask for people and individuals to stop spreading false speculations linking this act to terrorism. Again, as we always maintained, this is not an act of terrorism. Help us build peace here in our region by spreading only the truth. Moving forward, we will continue to investigate. We ensure to the families that we shall spare no one of any lapses committed during the incident. Thank you and good morning. So, here we are now. Ito po yung magulang ni Jesse at ito po yung may bahay niya. So, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Wala? So, okay na? Yes.
Sir, ma'am, good morning po. I'm Rida Reyes from GMA7. Itatanong lang po namin sa mga magulang po, sa misis po niya. Meron po bang indikasyon kayong naramdaman o nasabi sa inyo itong si Jessie ilang araw bago nangyari itong insidente?
Wala po.
Sir, sinabi po ng police sa initial findings na deranged yung ginamit na term. Ito po ba'y pinasisinungalingan ninyo or meron po bang basihan dito?
Pakiulit po.
Deranged po or wala po sa tamang katinuan, sir?
Problema siya. May problema siya. May problema naman po siya sa financial.
Meron siyang problema po. Financial po. Family problem po.
Sir, kayo po ba'y naniniwala na siya ay may problema sa pag-iisip?
Opo.
Sa papaanong paraan, sir? Ano pong detalye, sir? Paano niyo po, sir, nasabi? Pwede po...
Wala po. Wala po siya po problema sa pag-iisip.
So, hindi po totoo na siya ay meron pong problema?
Opo.
Okay.
Okay. Sir, dun sa magulang ulit. Sir, alam niyo ba kung sa anak niyo ho ba yung barel or kung saan niya nakuha ito?
Hindi ko po alam eh.
So, hindi ho sa kanya.
Hindi ko po alam eh.
Sir, kailan niyo ho huling, bago nangyari insidente, kailan niyo huling nakausap yung anak niyo po ba? Kasama niyo ho ba yan sa bahay po?
Hindi po, malayo po sila.
Wala ho na sabi sa inyo na tungkol sa...
Wala naman po sinasabi.
Sir Albayalde, tanong ko lang, sir, tungkol doon sa barel, may additional info na ba tayo kung ano po?
Yung barrel, we have the serial number. The last known date of registry is 1998, yung maiksi, no? The other one is defaced. According to his wife, hindi din niya alam kung paano siya may barrel because although they live in one house, no, parang meron ng konting misunderstanding between them. It's because nga nalulung sa sugal itong asawa niya. So parang hindi na sila nagpapansinan, no? Although they live in one house, they still live in one house.
Sa mga General, sa mga magulang po ni Jessie, bago po nangyari itong insidente, meron po ba siyang nabanggit sa inyo?
Wala po.
Wala po. Ano po yung napansin ninyong pagbabago sa kanyang kilos o gawi?
Bira ko kami magkita eh. Malayo ho kasi yung bahay namin sa kanila eh.
Meron po ba kayong kahit kay General Albayalde po? Meron po ba kayong alam, sir, na baka kausap ni Jessie o kasabwat dito sa pag-atake?
Wala, no? Wala. Itong si Jessie, he acted on his own. And according to his wife, yun nga, may problema siya sa pera, no? Kaya sila nagkaroon ng misunderstanding, no? Hindi na sila masyadong nag-uusap nga ng asawa niya. She could not just talk right now dahil medyo inaalala niya yung mga anak niya. They have 3 children kasi, no? At kanina pa siya medyo pataas pababa yung kanyang BP. Although normal naman siya ngayon, pero depressed siya, no? She's so depressed. Kahit nung kaninang madaling araw nakausap natin siya, no, na locate natin yung kanilang tahanan. And this one also shows Jessie in one casino, no? Dito sa Metro Manila. So he's been frequenting one casino dito sa Metro Manila. Hindi lang natin sasabihin kung saan. So dito siya parang nalulung sa sugal. This was taken also through CCTV. No? And also to bolster the account na siya talaga, we have here also yung gas boy, no? Andito yung gas boy kung saan bumili siya ng 1.5 liter na gas. At nandyan yung video natin, we'll play the video. Nakuha yan sa CCTV dun sa barangay kung saan siya bumili ng gasoline. And this is the gasoline boy at pinapatunayan niya na siya ang nagbenta dito kay Jessie. At nag-iisa si Jessie nung bumili siya ng gas. No?
Yung subject natin from COE, kumapara siya ng taxi. Pakikita natin na nakapatan na siya, nakapatalo. Nakapatan na siya, nakabackpack siya, meron siyang sling bag na itim, maliban sa backpack niya. So, siya meron time sa kumapara siya ng taxi.
Breaking news here on CNN Philippines. Police have just identified the gunman in the Resorts World Manila attack. Now they're showing CCTV footage of the gunman. Earlier, he was shown purchasing gasoline, 3 liters of gasoline, and that CCTV footage recorded that purchase. Also in this press conference by NCRPO Chief Oscar Albayalde, the family of the gunman is facing the media for the first time. The gunman has been identified as Jesse Carlos, a Filipino, 43 years old. He is separated and he's a former employee of the Department of Finance, and he lives in, or he resided in Santa Cruz, Manila. Police said he was heavily indebted. He had gambling problems. He has 3 children. And I just mentioned that his family, his wife, his parents are there in this press conference facing the media for the first time. His father, interviewed by a reporter earlier, confirms that his son, Jesse Carlos, is in financial trouble, but denies that he is mentally ill. And he said he doesn't know where Jesse got his gun. In a statement earlier today, NCRPO Chief Oscar Albayalde reiterated their previous statements that this was an act of one man alone. He said that the gunman, Jesse Carlos, has been frequenting one casino in Metro Manila. Oscar Albayalde is also asking the public to stop speculations and to stop spreading false information linking the Resorts World attack to terrorism. Again, if you've just joined us, this is the breaking news here on CNN Philippines. Police have just identified the gunman in the Resorts World attack in the early morning of Friday. Police said this is a result of backtracking. The taxi driver brought them to the area where the gunman hailed his cab in Manila. They earlier showed CCTV footage of the gunman, Jesse Carlos, buying 3 liters of gasoline, and the CCTV footage recorded that purchase. Police said Jesse Carlos is a Filipino. He's 43 years old, separated, and a former employee of the Department of Finance. What you're seeing right now is another CCTV footage. Police say this is where it appears that he is waiting for his ride. Police did say yesterday that he hailed a cab somewhere in the vicinity of San Lazaro. He hailed a cab there, and this cab took him to Resorts World Manila Friday morning. Let's go back to that press conference.
Information, no? Way back, ito lang recently, just recently, March 3, 2017. 3 April, no? April 3, 2017 this year. He was barred by PAGCOR from all casinos. From all casinos because of the request of next of kin. So this could have probably triggered him, no? Kaya galit na galit siya doon sa casino. No? He was barred actually by PAGCOR, no? On April 3, 2017. No? So alam ng casino, meron siyang most probably picture sa mga casinos. Kaya alam niya, hindi siya basta-basta pwedeng pumasok sa casino para magsugal kasi meron siyang picture diyan at hindi siya papayagang pumasok doon sa mga casinos. Kaya he went there directly to the casino. Kaya siya galit na galit doon sa casino. And accordingly, he's been hooked to gambling for several years already. And accordingly, he sold also yung property nila somewhere in Batangas. Batangas po. Because of gambling also. Okay? So, and according to our sources from the casino, high roller ito. High roller siya. His minimum bet is usually 40,000. No? Kaya siya nalulong sa sugal. Okay?
Sir,
Sir,
No, not in Resorts World. Doon sa casino na yun, hindi sa Resorts World yun. But he is barred from all casinos, including Resorts World. Kaya pinasok niya. Kasi kung papasok siyang normal doon, makita siya ng mga security, palalabasin siya. Okay. No, hindi siya frequent player sa somewhere in other casinos. We can just not give the name.
Pero sir,
Pero hindi siya frequent player sa Resorts World.
Pero if he's not a frequent player doon sa Resorts World, why did he know his way around? Alam niya po yung mga pintong bubuksan eh. As you showed in the
He
CCTV
actually got
yesterday.
lost. Remember, you saw the video. He got lost. He was already going down. No? Yung alam lang niya is where the money is being kept. Usually kasi in any casino, kung saan yung cashier na magpapalit ka ng chips, at the back of the cashier is where they put the money, where they store the money and where they store the chips. Kaya yun alam na alam niya kasi he's been to casinos, no? So alam na alam niya yung style ng pagtatago ng pera. But according kung pagmasdan niyo yung CCTV footage na pinresent natin kahapon, no? Hindi nga niya alam kung paano siya bumaba eh. Lahat ng pintuan binubuksan niya. No? He was trapped because nung pagbaba niya, he was met by responding security personnel and our SWAT personnel.
Okay. Sir, may tanong po ako sa family. Ay ma'am, ako po si Makoy Popioco, reporter po ng CNN Philippines. I believe nag-usap po tayo kanina ng maikli, ng saglit lang sa punerarya, doon po sa malapit sa Rizal. Pero anyway ma'am, tanong ko po, na-mention niyo sir, di ba na magkasama sila sa bahay ng asawa po? Balikan ko lang po yung Webes ng gabi. Ano pa po yung mga last moments na magkasama kayo? Ano po yung naaalala niya? May binanggit pa siya kung saan siya pupunta? At nagtaka ba kayo na ganun yung suot niya?
The wife niya is yung wife niya dito.
The wife left already.
She's so depressed because she's thinking about their children. Their children, one 17 years old, isang 17 years old, isang 14 at saka 8. So, she's afraid na baka maapektuhan yung pag-aaral ng mga anak nila. But we assured them that in case na mayroong magbully sa kanila o may manakit doon sa mga asawa nila, then we are willing to provide them with assistance.
Okay. Sir, baka may gusto na lang siyang sabihin sa publiko po.
Tatay ni Jessie, sa salita ng komisyoner ng komisyon natin sa tatay pag-hawak-hawak.
Kuramay na lang po kayo doon.
Tatay ba? Pag-ipanggit lang po yung pangalan niya tayo, yung tatay, yung pangalan po ninyo po.
Fernando Carlos po.
Fernando Carlos.
Sa mga po na nakikiramay na lang po kami, mihingi po kami ng patawad sa gawa po ng anak ko. Hindi rin namin gusto yung nangyari. Kumbaga sa aksidente lang po. Kumbaga sa hihingi na lang po kami ng patawad sa mga namatayin po. Patawad na lang po.
Tatay, pangilan niya anak niyo ba si Jessie? Pangilan anak niyo po?
Panganay po.
Panganay po.
Kaso lang po. Isang babae po, dalawang lalaki.
Tay, Sander Quebia po ulit from DZMM. Itanong lang po namin, meron po ba kayong alam na iba pang bisyo ni Jessie? Droga, alak?
Sasabihin ko na po sa inyo, wala po siyang bisyo.
May
Tahimik po siyang tao.
May pagkakataon po ba na nagwala na siya noon sa bahay po ninyo?
Wala ko siya pinagwawalaan sa amin.
Opo. Kay General Albayalde, sir, bakit po chips yung ninakaw niya, hindi siya naganap ng pera?
No, remember doon sa CCTV footage, naganap siya ng pera. No? Yung unang pintuan na pinagbabaril niya, hindi niya mabuksan. According to the management of Resorts World, nandoon yung cash, pero hindi niya mabuksan. So, yung isang pintuan ng pinagbabaril niya at yun ang nabuksan niya. Nung nakita niya na puro chips, tinignan niya kung anong pinakamalaking denomination doon. So, ang kinuha niya is yung the green one, which are 1 million each yung denomination ng isang chips na yun. So, he got 113 million worth and isang 100. So, 113 million 100 actually yun.
Director Albayade. Hi, sir. Good morning po. I'm Ayi Macraig from the French News Agency. Sir, for basic facts lang po, could you spell the name of Jessie?
Jessie is Jessie.
Okay, thank you, sir. And then, sir, could you walk us through the process of how the family, earlier you mentioned there was a thorough process, they reviewed the CCTV, kung paano po nila na-identify that it was Jessie on the CCTV footage?
Actually, we showed them the CCTV. No, nung una, according sa kanila, nung nakita nila sa news, they have no idea whatsoever. We were able to locate yung kanyang address through backtracking. Remember, we had the taxi driver yesterday. So since yesterday, pinaturo natin sa taxi driver kung saan niya pinick up siya, no? Doon kung saan niya pinick up. We showed that sa CCTV ngayon. So from there, yung lugar na yon, nagtanong-tanong tayo from there. So that's what we did, the backtracking. So hanggang madaling araw, actually kagabi, na-identify, kaninang madaling araw, around 2 a.m. na-identify na natin kung saan siya talaga nakatira. And we were able to talk to the wife that early through telephone. At kinonfirm niya through phone na yun yung asawa niya. But yung asawa niya, when she saw that in TV, alam niya na yun yung asawa niya. But she was really afraid. No? Yung mga magulang niya, ang sabi nila, it's because blurred daw yung palabas sa TV, yung nakikita sa TV, they have no idea na yung pala yung anak nila.
And sir, based on your review po of his background, his identity, just to clarify and to finally set aside all speculation, does he have any connection with any known terrorist groups? Was he in touch? May ganun po ba kayong nakita? Just para masarado na po ito, sir.
Probably we can ask the immediate father-in-law kung meron po ba na siyang any terror activity or any...
Wala po.
I would just like to add, may sa aming investigation with other casinos, may incident na mainit yung ulo niya and nagkaroon na incident na nagwala siya because in the process of just na-delay lang ng konti yung pagbigay sa kanya ng kanyang VIP card. So yung incident na yun is recorded, but just because ano lang naman, verbal lang, within the yung procedures laws ng casino, that's considered minor lang. So hindi siya na-banned or no. Pero may mga incidents na ano siya, nagwala at tumaas ang boses.
Balik lang po sana sa parents po ni Jessie. Ano po sa palagay niyo yung rason bakit niya ito ginawa? Kanina nabanggit po ni Director may parang problema po sa pamilya. Sa inyo po, ano po yung masasabi niyo kung bakit po kaya, ano po yung naging dahilan?
I think that has been answered already. It's because of his gambling, no?
Halo-halo na yun. Ang pinakahuling sinabi ni Director na he was banned on April 3 from from entering the casino. So halo-halo na yun. Merong financial problems, may naghiwalay sa asawa. Tapos ang pinakahuli, nalulun sa naloko sa pagpifinance, then na-hook sa gambling. And pinakahuli, he was barred from entering the casino. And yun nga, alam natin, in the last entrance, punta niya sa casino was a little different from the ordinary. Ano niya.
Okay, General, magandang tanghali po. Si nanay po, siya po ang nanay ni Abner Mercado po ng ABS-CBN. Si nanay po, siya po ang nanay ni Jessie po. Tama po. Nay, gusto lang po naman namin kayo ang marinig. Okay lang po ba? May tatanong po ako. Ano pong pangalan niyo po?
Si Dora Carlos po.
Okay, Nay, si tatay narinig na po namin kanina humingi ng tawad. Unang-una po, nakikiramay po ako kasi kayo rin po ay namatayan.
Biktima rin po kami.
Yun na nga po. Paano niyo po dinadala sa puso?
Mabait po siya. Naano lang po siya sa kasino na yan. Kami namin po na hindi namin matanggap na nagkaganon siya. Kaya mingi rin po kami ng tawad sa mga disgrasya ng anak po. Wala po sa amin talaga ang ganyang ugali. Ano na po kami, ang anak ko po na yan, siya pong mabait na anak sa amin. Mula po na magkasino siya na iba na po ang kanyang Hindi ko po kami pinupuntahan niya. Puro kasino na lang ang ginagawa niya. Hindi po namin natitiis ko kami hindi napupuntahan ng anak ko. Hindi ko kami tinitiis ko po namin yun na hindi kami puntahan ng anak ko. Pero pagtawag po niya sa amin, andyan po kagad kami sa kanila. Pero alam ko po nagkakagalito silang mag-asawa. Hindi po sila nagkikibo ang mag-asawa. Nagsasabi lang sa akin ng manugang ko na ang anak ko ganito, ganito. Kaya alam ko ang may pagkakamali rin anak ko. Pero sa bisyo at wala pong bisyo anak ko. Mabuting tao po yung anak ko.
Inay,
Yun lang ho, naging niya.
Kung may mensahe po kayo sa mga katulad yung magulang na may mga anak po ngayon na nalululong.
Mensahe ko po sa mga magulang.
Na nalululong sa
sagal. Kung maaari po sana awatin po ninyo ang anak nyo. Kami po namimigati rin po. Hindi po namin matanggap. Anak po namin nalulong ng gusto hanggang sa umabot sa ganito pangyayari. At doon po sa mga naanuhan ng mga nadami sa po ng anak ko. Humingi po kami ng tawa sa inyo. Hindi ko rin po matanggap na naging gano'n ang anak ko. Napakabait pong bata niya, anak ko na yan. Kaya po humingi po kami ng tawa sa inyo. Ayoko nga po magsalita, kaya lang po lang po kami, nahabag din po kami sa naging kalagayan ng anak ko. Nakuha pa niya magpakamatay kaysa pumatay ng tao dito. Ang ko po, yung anisahe po ng anak ko, pinakikita sa tao na huwag magpakalulong sa bisyo para na sa ganun di masira ang kanilang pamilya. Totoo yan, nasira pamilya din niya dahil sa kasino kanya kinalolokohan.
Salamat, Tinay. Nakikiramay
I think, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our press briefing sa inyo pong lahat. Once again, thank you and good noon. Thank you.
All right, a tearful mother pleading for forgiveness there as they face the media for the first time. The immediate family of the gunman in the Resorts World attack, identified as Jesse Carlos, and his family faced the media for the first time, issuing statements and asking for forgiveness for what her son did. She said the mother's name is Chodora Carlos. She said the gambling addiction or gambling problems and financial trouble of his son might have forced him to do what he did, and he insisted that he is a good person. Also, the father, Fernando Carlos, earlier extending their condolences to the families of those who died in the horrible events on Friday, the Resorts World attack early morning on Friday. He also asked for forgiveness. He was clearly distraught, and he also turned emotional as he answered questions from the media. He said they had no idea of the plan of their son to barge into the Resorts World Manila and do what he did. Also, on this video on your screens right now, the wife of the gunman, Jesse Carlos, covering her face, clearly distraught. She said, she told the police earlier that they were afraid to face the media or turn up because of what Jesse Carlos did. His status is separated. Police said they are estranged. They are living in the same house, though. And our correspondent, Makoy Popioco, joins us on the line from the site of the press conference, Remington Hotel. Makoy, tell us more. What other information do we have about the suspect?
Yes, my NCRPO chief, Oscar Albayalde, revealed the gunman's name is Jesse Carlos. He is a 43-year-old Filipino, a resident of Santa Cruz, Manila. He is a former employee of the Department of Finance, but was discharged because of misdeclaration and discrepancies in a statement of assets and liabilities. Carlos, or statement of assets, liabilities, and net worth. Carlos has 3 kids, but his relationship with his wife has not been good for years because of his gambling problems, according to Albayalde. The police says he's troubled and addicted to gambling. He's also separated from his wife and has been having financial problems. Albayalde tells the media Carlos has been banned by PAGCOR to enter casinos upon the request of his loved ones. Albayalde says Carlos is a high roller. When he plays, his minimum bet is 40,000 pesos. Albayalde adds Carlos' family tells them Carlos has sold their property in Batangas to finance his gambling. The police also presented a CCTV showing Carlos buying a gasoline in San Lazaro, Manila, where he also took a taxi. Albayalde says the taxi driver actually took the police back to the place in San Lazaro, and the police then traced everything from there up to his arrival at the Resorts World. This is also actually the first time that Carlos' parents and wife surfaced before the media. They know it was him, but they don't know who to turn to, according to Albayalde. They're too afraid to come out of the open. Carlos' father, Fernando, and his mother, Theodora, emotionally apologized to the public. Mine.
Makoy, interesting developments. We're learning more about the gunman, Jesse Carlos. Police did say that in April 3 this year, he was banned by PAGCOR from all casinos due to the request of his immediate family. Can you tell us more about this?
Hello?
Makoy.
I think I lost, the line was choppy earlier. Can you please repeat your question?
About this, the PAGCOR incident, PAGCOR in April 3 of 2017, he was banned from all casinos due to the request of the next of kin. That was the statement earlier of Director Oscar Albayalde. And he said,
yes.
And also the other statement by the police, there was an incident in another casino that he lost his temper. The gunman Jesse Carlos lost his temper. This was recorded in that casino, but it was considered as a minor incident.
Yes. Well, the family of Carlos told the police that Carlos was really hooked to gambling, and that has been the problem of the family for years. In fact, that was also the reason why the relationship of Carlos...
Okay, Makoy, I have to cut you there. We have to go to our Rex Remitio, the family of Oscar Albayalde is talking to the media today.
Doon sa mga ibang rooms, alam ko yung personnel from Bureau of Fire tinatapos pa. I think mga ilang floors pa yon. But yung doon sa second floor, yung sa casino, according to them, tapos na.
Ito-turn over na ba, sir, sa management yung building?
That will depend on the Bureau of Fire pagtatapos yan. Yes.
Sir, if I may ask, sir, ano pong condition ng asawa niyo?
Well, kanina ninenervyos siya. Yung heartbeat niya kung minsan erratic, no? Although her BP is normal. Well, of course that's understandable, no? Even when we talked early sa kanya nung first time kaninang madaling araw, she was really crying, no? And so concerned with their children.
Sir, on the part of the PNP, ano na po yung next steps natin now?
Well, the next step will be the investigation, no? On the possible lapses nga, no? Ito yung gagawin natin, and then probably we can correct this, and we'll be calling all the chiefs of security ng lahat ng mga hotels dito sa Metro Manila, and we will be having a summit or meeting on Wednesday.
Sir, yung dami ko na ulit ba't siya na-ban sa mga casino? Request ng family?
Yes, request ng next of kin. Hindi lang nila sinabi, it's probably the wife or the parents. No, next of kin. Next of kin. Yes. Yes. Next of kin ang nag-request na he be banned from entering any casino. So yun ang request nila sa PAGCOR. That was April 3, 2017.
Can we finally categorize, sir, that this is just a simple case of robbery now? That meron ng ganito?
Yes, of course. Nakita naman na natin, no? I think this already dispels all the notions, all the speculations on terrorism, no? So, yung mga nag-i-spread pa ng speculation o kung ano pang sinasabi na this is an act of terrorism. So, here we are, no? Ito, pinalabas na nating lahat ito sa ating mga kababayan, no? This is the truth. And this is all the truth.
Sir,
ito yung
sunog po yung bangkay, paano nakilala ng pamilya?
Doon sa picture. Doon sa picture. At ang sabi niya, isa pa, no, meron siyang operado siya sa dito sa gallbladder na dun sa autopsy meron siya.
Sir, can we consider po na case closed na itong Resorts World attack?
Yes, case closed siya in a sense na dun sa on the part of the suspect, but on the part of the management and our investigation will go on.
Sir, to clarify lang yung request ng family sa PAGCOR to ban him, what reasons did they cite at that time?
Well, number one is nalululong siya sa sugal, no? At ayaw nila, siyempre, pag nalululong ka sa sugal, you have all the right to ask the PAGCOR to ban your relative, yung immediate family sa ano. Karapatan yun. I think you have the right, kung asawa mo yan, kung anak mo, pwede mong i-request talaga sa PAGCOR yan. Kung nakikita mo na talagang nalululong na yung relative mo sa sugal.
Sir, do we have info kung kailan siya nagsimulang mag-play ng casino?
Ang sabi nila is years back pa, no, more than a year ang sinasabi nila. Although yung magulang kasi hindi nila alam kung talaga nag-start. Pero according to his father, nung mag-start siya makita na magsugal yung anak niya, then kinosyon na raw niya. Pero hindi daw talaga masuway yung anak niya.
Sir, tinanggi ng family na deranged. So, alisin natin.
The deranged is, yung probably, na siya no? Hindi naman siya nasisiraan ng bait. But he is already unstable, no? It's because nandun na nga yung niya, yung sama ng loob niya, nalulung siya, na-addicted na ito So, addicted na to. So, you are no longer in your right mind when you are addicted, no? It's just like being addicted to drugs, no? Hahanap-hanapin mo. Just like yung gambling. Pag na-addict ka dyan, hahanap-hanapin mo. Kaya ka nga tawag na addicted. So, you are no longer in your right mind.
Sir, alam ba natin yung posisyon niya sa DOF? Ano po siya doon?
Ang sabi nila, parang clerk? Clerk siya?
License brokerage.
License brokerage.
Department of Finance.
License brokerage.
Did the family come to you, or did you?
No, we went to the family. We were able to locate his address early this morning, around 2 a.m. And then we were able to talk first to the wife, and then we did not leave the premises anymore until sunrise.
And did the casinos actually ban? They asked for him to be banned, but did they comply with that?
I'm sure the casino will, if they will see him inside the casino, they will make him go away. They will let him make him go away inside the premises.
Can you confirm the location of the people that died? Were they all in one room in the second floor?
Most of them, yes. Most of them, they were in one room. They were in the VIP room, and then there's a small room there because when he started burning the casino, all those players went inside one small room, inside the VIP room. The VIP room has still one small room there, and they locked themselves. And they probably when they tried to come out, the fire was already set, and the smoke was already heavy. Well, it has so many tables also, baccarat tables there.
Then sir, di ba bago dito, galing kayo sa Puneraria, was that the first time na nakita nila yung bangkay ng kaanak nila?
No, actually, hindi pa sila, Hindi pa sila, pupunta na ba sila? Pupunta sila after this. Galing na sila from here? Galing na sila bago sila pumunta pala dito, duman na sila doon.
But that's the first time na nakita nila yung kaanak?
Yes.
So to clarify, the gasoline, where he bought the gasoline, yung nakita natin sa video, saan po yung part of Metro Manila?
San Gasoline Boy? Anong address yun?
Sa Barangay 339.
Sa Barangay 339.
Manila.
San Lazaro.
Santa Cruz na yun, Boka. Santa Cruz na yun. Santa Cruz na yun kasi boundary yan Boundary yan nung San Lazaro at saka Santa Cruz. Okay? Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you.
NCRPO Chief Oscar Albayalde there talking to the media about this breaking news, new information about the suspect, the gunman in the Resorts World attack. The attack killed 37 people. The gunman, identified as Jesse Carlos, after setting fire to the casino and parts of the hotel, went to the 5th floor, locked himself in a room, and set himself on fire and also shot himself. He committed suicide. New information now on this attacker. He is a Filipino. 42 years old. He has 3 children. One is 17, one is 14, and the other is 8 years old, still very young children. This is also the first time that his parents and his wife surfaced before the media. They said they knew it was him, but they don't know who to turn to. They are too afraid to come out in the open. And Director Albayalde also said the next step of the investigation is on the possible security lapses of Resorts World Manila. Our correspondent, Makoy Popioco, is still there on the scene. Makoy, tell us more.
Yes, we got additional information about the employment records of Jesse Carlos, and we came to know that yes, he was an employee. He used to be an employee of the Department of Finance, and Albayalde clarified that he was a licensed broker of the Finance Department, and he was again discharged because of some discrepancies in his SALN. Now, the family was telling Albayalde that Carlos was hooked in gambling, and that's actually the reason why their kin or the family asked PAGCOR to ban Carlos from entering casinos. And Albayalde also clarified that was casinos complied to that directive from PAGCOR when the family requested them to do that. Now, Albayalde also clarified that it was the family went to the funeral home where the remains of Carlos was brought. So I actually have a very interesting annotation about this. Well, before I came here, the Resorts World, I was there at the Veronica Funeral Homes here in Pasay City, where some of the those who died in this incident were brought. Now, I was supposed to trail, the loved ones of those who were killed. I heard that there are some of those families who had their wake there at the funeral home. And when I was there, I saw this group of policemen attending to a family. And I happened I got the chance to ask them a couple of questions, but the police stopped me from probing deeper about the family, so I wasn't able to really know the family, get their names, but they were responding to me at first about them trying to identify a loved one. So I had that initial assumption that they were actually there to identify a loved one, and I suppose that they were, a loved one of someone missing from the incident. Now, when the authorities arrived here at the Resorts World, they were the same family that they brought here, and yes, so Albayalde also, I asked Albayalde a while ago if that appointment of the family to the funeral home before they went here at the Resorts World was the first time that they have seen the remains of Carlos, and Albayalde positively confirmed that was actually the first time that the family saw the remains of Carlos, and he was positively identified because Albayalde was saying that the family, noted of the surgery in his stomach area, and that, the scar from that surgery was the identifying mark, and which, led the family to conclude that was Jesse Carlos.
Makoy, Director Albayalde did say that the autopsy confirmed the body or the charred remains of the gunman was indeed that of Jesse Carlos, because based also on the information that they got from the family that he had a gallbladder operation. That was what you were mentioning, a stomach operation. And also Director Albayalde said that this should dispel all speculation that this is an act of terror. They have been repeatedly saying that this is the act of one assailant, and obviously who was clearly disturbed, and he had now it was revealed that he had gambling problems and clearly very financially in trouble, clearly deep in debt. That's what they said.
Yes. Yes, Mai. And again, Albayalde mentioned that the family was hesitant at first, to come forward and actually introduce themselves, that they are the loved ones of the suspect. But Albayalde said that he said to the family that they will try to protect them. Of course, the family was mentioning that they were afraid that they're going to be bullied, especially the kids, the children of Carlos. They were particularly worried about the safety of the children. But Albayalde said that they are going to guarantee, the safety of the family. That's why they also have to organize the family's appearance before the media. Now, the family, when they face the media, especially the father of Jesse Carlos Fernando and his mother, Teodora, was very apologetic when they faced the media. Teodora was even crying at one point, apologizing to the public, to the loved ones of those who were killed, about what happened in the incident. He was saying he even, extended an appeal to the families of those who have loved ones who are, also hooked into gambling. He said that, the families might want to get closer to that person and then attend to him, so that, seeing their situation right now, Teodora was saying that hopefully, people learn from their experience.
Yes, Makoy, they were asking for forgiveness to the families of the deceased. Makoy Papioco there giving us the latest from Pasay City. We will give you more details on this breaking news story. We'll take a short break. Stay with CNN Philippines. Breaking news here on CNN Philippines. Police have identified the gunman in the Resorts World attack early Friday morning. Police said his name is Jesse Carlos, a Filipino and 42 years old, heavily indebted with gambling problems. He has 3 children, and police reiterated he acted on his own. His family is expressing their deepest sympathy to the families of those who died in the Resorts World Manila attack. And this is also the first time that the family of the gunman faced the media. The father clearly distraught, asking for forgiveness to the families of the victims.
Karamay na lang po kami, mihingi po kami ng patawad sa gawa po ng anak ko. Hindi rin namin gusto yung nangyari. Kumbaga sa aksidente lang po. Kumbaga sa mihingi na lang po kami ng patawad sa mga namatayin po. Patawad na lang po.
The suspect's mother also emotional when asked about his son's behavior. She says her son was a good man.
Mabait po siya. Naano lang po siya sa kasino na yan. Kami namin po na hindi namin matanggap na nagkaganon siya. Kaya mingi rin po kami ng tawad sa mga disgrasya ng anak ko. Wala po sa amin talaga ang ganyang ugali. Ano na po kami, ang anak ko po na yan, siya pong mabait na anak sa amin. Mula po na magkasino siya na iba na po ang kanyang, hindi ko po kami pinupuntahan yan, puro kasino na lang ang ginagawa niya. Hindi po namin natitiis mo kami hindi napupuntahan ng anak ko. Hindi mo kami tinitiis ko po namin yun na hindi kami punta ng anak ko. Pero pagtawag po niya sa amin, andyan po kagad kami sa kanila. Pero alam ko po nagkakagalito silang mag-asawa. Hindi po sila nagkikibo ang mag-asawa. Nagsasabi lang sa akin ng manugang ko na ang anak ko ganito, ganito. Kaya alam ko ang may pagkakamali rin anak ko. Pero sa bisyo at wala pong bisyo anak ko. Mabuting tao po yung anak ko.
NCRPO Chief Director Oscar Albayalde also reiterated his earlier statements that this was an act of one man alone, a man who was clearly unstable. He says this should dispel all speculations that this was an act of terrorism.
I think this already dispels all the notions, all the speculations on terrorism, no? So, yung mga nag-i-spread pa ng speculation o kung ano pang sinasabi that this is an act of terrorism. So, here we are, no? Ito, pinalabas na nating lahat ito sa ating mga kababayan, no? This is the truth. And this is all the truth.
Again, breaking news here on CNN Philippines. Police have identified the gunman behind the Resorts World Manila attack. Earlier, the police director Oscar Albayalde narrated the events leading to how they identified the gunman.
We showed them the CCTV No, nung una, according sa kanila, nung nakita nila sa news, they have no idea whatsoever. We were able to locate yung kanyang address through backtracking. Remember, we had the taxi driver yesterday. So since yesterday, pinaturo natin sa taxi driver kung saan niya pinick up siya, no? Doon kung saan niya pinick up. We showed that to sa CCTV ngayon. So from there, yung lugar na yon, nagtanong-tanong tayo from there. So that's what we did, the backtracking. So hanggang madaling araw, actually kagabi, na-identify, kaninang madaling araw, around 2 a.m. na-identify na natin kung saan siya talaga nakatira. And we were able to talk to the wife that early through telephone. At kinonfirm niya through phone na yun yung asawa niya. But yung asawa niya, when she saw that in TV, alam niya na yun yung asawa niya. But she was really afraid. No? Yung mga magulang niya, ang sabi nila, it's because blurred daw yung palabas sa TV, yung nakikita sa TV. They have no idea na yung pala yung anak nila.
Again, police identifying the gunman behind the Resorts World Manila attack. Police said his name is Jesse Carlos, a Filipino and 42 years old, separated and a former employee of the Department of Finance. The suspect's last known address is in Barangay 339, Zone 34, Santa Cruz, Manila. He is a former employee of the Department of Finance. He was discharged for SALN issues and misdeclaration or non-disclosure of his assets. He is heavily indebted and is hooked on gambling. His immediate family surfaced before the media for the first time. They said they were clearly distraught as they faced the media, asking for forgiveness and very emotional. They extended their condolences to the families of the deceased. If you remember, the attack of the actions of this man alone caused the deaths of 37 innocent people. The horrible events in the wee hours of Friday in the Resorts World Manila cost the lives of 37 people. We saw that yesterday, the management of Resorts World Manila released the CCTV footage from inside and outside the hotel showing the gunman arriving at the place after midnight. The video supported accounts of witnesses, and we saw that he carried a backpack that contained his weapon. He bypassed the metal detector at the second floor, even as security personnel tried but failed to stop him. The suspect went straight ahead and fired warning shots. He burned gaming tables and slot machines. The gunman then grabbed chips worth 113 million pesos, and security personnel shot him, but the gunman managed to go to a room where he burned and shot himself to death. We'll be following this story throughout the day. Do also check our website, cnnphilippines.com, and our social media accounts for more information and the latest developments. I'm Mai Rodriguez. Keep it here on CNN Philippines.